Hey guys, the Firebird is here. It's just me. My brother couldn't be here today because he was busy casting Shadow for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Ew, Sonic. Anyways, these are the jokes. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Also, check this Megatronus fan art that one of my Discord members did. It looks pretty cool. Which reminds me, if you guys want to join our Discord server, the link gonna be in the description down below, in the comments down below. I want to feature more art and, stuff from there. So if you guys want to stop by, ask me questions, say hi and all of that, you can certainly do so. Thank you, Autobot, for this amazing drawing. If you guys want to submit your own drawings, stuff, they don't really have to be Transformers related, you know what to do. Submit them in the art channel in our Discord server. We don't just talk about Transformers there, we can also talk about, Pacific Rim or the franchises that you might be interested on. If you want to chill, ask me questions, I'm pretty active in there. So, come and hang out, but you need to be 13 plus, okay? Because otherwise that is completely illegal. So, Berserker, one of the most enigmatic characters from the last night, and no, not just because of his weird habit of sucking brains, but also because, weirdly enough, he's the one character that has the most representation in the last night storyline, despite himself not exactly having a lot of screen time in the film. He literally appears for like 5 seconds. Like, what the frick? Mohawk, Onslaught, Nitro Zeus, Dreadbot appear in the film for much longer than that. Granted, it's not a lot, but they still get nothing, with the exception of Nitro Zeus. But Berserker gets like 3 toys? What? Anyways, saltiness aside, Berserker used to be an Autobot. Yeah, it sounds crazy when I say it out loud, but there's actually some evidence for it, and while this isn't something that has been exactly confirmed, there is some evidence and some speculation that fans throw around. Today we're gonna be tackling that fan theory to see if, I agree with it, if it's true, if it has validity to it, and the answer to that is, yeah! Actually, this actually has validity. Like, don't get me wrong, I know the Transformers fandom comes up with some crazy theories from time to time, but this one is shockingly kind of solid. Now, first we need to address Berserker and his role in the movie. Now, the reason why people say that Berserker used to be an Autobot is because if you look at his concept art, you can see that he actually has an Autobot insignia painted on him. Now, he also has an X covered in it, so this could either mean A, this is just like the regular Autobot insignia that Transformers have to represent their faction, and this could be his way of, saying, yeah, I'm no longer an Autobot, I am now a Decepticon. Kind of how they do in Naruto, where they basically scratch their headbands. It's a similar sentiment. Or this could just be Berserker being so insane, he literally tattooed the Autobot symbol on his chest, only to also tattoo an X on it, to let his enemies know how much he hates the Autobots. Which, you could leave it at that. But I always find that Berserker's aggressiveness is a little too interesting. Now, Berserker hates humans. Like, he really hates humans. He has a thing for specifically, throwing very graphic insults at his captors. I mean, the guy is in prison and all, so, I can't say I blame him, but he has a personal vendetta against the humans. Also, something else I should say, with the exception of Onslaught, all of the last night Decepticons supposedly got incarcerated for messing with humans and not Autobots. So, Berserker here has a special kind of hatred for the humans, keep that in mind. Berserker's appearance is also directly inspired by Dark of the Moon Crankies. Well, it's the same model, just repainted and retextured here and there to, name it a new character. And also, according to Josh Nisi's Instagram account, Berserker is, in fact, a member of the Dreads. So, him being a member of the Dreads, I guess that just debunks this theory? Maybe? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, because when it comes to concept art and stuff like this, and statements from people who, I kind of not Michael Bay and just, concept artists, him saying that he's a member of the Dreads, it falls on the shallow waters, It's muddy ground right there. We don't know if, that's solid confirmation, or if that's yeah, loose cannon. Which, come to think of it, if he's so dangerous, then why did the TRF imprison him and not kill him? Humans are stupid anyways. So the crux of this theory is that Berserker has an Autobot insignia, he has a special kind of hatred towards the humans, and he's now a member of the Dreads. people's like main speculation for this is that Berserker used to be an Autobot. You know, maybe he looked like size-wise, maybe he looked like some other, Autobots that have red and 4 eyes. Who knows? And at some point after, the whole humans did the betraying and the Autobots did the hiding, Berserker was hunted down relentlessly, saw many of his friends die, and this made him turn, well, Berserker. And he went on a killing rampage across the globe, trying to get back at the humans who killed his friends and made him go insane. Which, you think that red on him is actually paint? Nuh-uh, man. That's human blood. No, seriously, there's actually some people saying that that's actually just human blood and not actually just paint. Which, I can kind of see it. At the same time, probably not. But this basically gives Berserker here some motivation for being so against the humans and why, him being a Decepticon hating the humans is one thing, but him being an Autobot, someone who was meant to protect the humans and, saw literal friends die trying to save their whole damn species only for them to turn around and tank them with a bullet, seems like the kind of thing that will drive you over the edge and will fill you with, it's unyielding rage! So that's some solid motivation, which explains his backstory of hating the humans so much. However, the statement of him being part of the Dreads kinda muddies the waters a bit, just cause if he's a member of the Dreads, then supposedly he was also active during the Battle of Chicago, and that the TRF lost a lot of men trying to apprehend him. Which that is true. In the movie it is pretty much confirmed and stated by Agent Santos that they did in fact lost a lot of men hunting down a lot of these Transformers. Berserker will probably be no exception. And there's a reason why the TRF didn't want to release him when Megatron asked politely for it. One of the main detractors for this theory is that Berserker doesn't quite look like an Autobot, which, I mean, that's kinda racist, but okay. And yes, I know Berserker here doesn't look like an Autobot. Like, the Autobots and the Decepticons in the movies usually look quite different from one another. The Autobots have blue eyes most of the time, they also look more humanoid and less insectoid-like, especially during the first trilogy. However, there has been instances of Autobots and Decepticons sharing bodies. For example, we got Decepticon Scrappers, and then we have Autobot, Trench. We had Yellow Constructicon Longhaul lookalikes, and then we had Canopy, who's basically the Autobot equivalent of that. We have KSI drone Decepticons, and then we had KSI drone Autobots. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, if anything, the last night did establish that Autobots and Decepticons sharing body types and looking like one another, it's actually not that weird. And if Berserker used to be formerly an Autobot and he went insane after, being hunted down by the humans, then I can see him wanting to change his appearance to look more menacing and more threatening to these guys. After all, Transformers changing their appearances to suit a certain need is, something that has been established in the movie. Laserbeak transformed into a pink Bumblebee. Bumblebee changed his robot mode to look more like Stinger to mock him. There have been several instances across the movies where, our characters kinda change their main robot mode by either including new weapons like Ironhide or changing their main bodies entirely like Optimus in Age of Extinction. This is something that can be done, so if an Autobot wants to look more menacing, they can certainly do so. Let's do some modifications here and there. It's basically the equivalent of you taking your shirt off and replacing it with something new. So I can definitely see Berserker changing his appearance to, grow some spikes to look menacing, get some mandibles and some jaws to have the humans get
his soul sucked. I love the scream, right?
And if he's gonna switch factions from Autobot to Decepticon, then he might want to go all the way and, actually look more like a Decepticon. It is a cool theory, and I think this adds a lot of depth to Berserker. And to be fair, I can kinda see something like this happening. Like I said previously, imagine you spend your whole life fighting for the humans, and not every Autobot is as patient as Optimus Prime. Like, even after everything that happened, after having a lot of his friends and soldiers die, literally be Frankenstein into an undead army to serve the humans he swore to protect, Optimus Prime was pretty patient with the humans. Like, under those circumstances, anyone would be like a little mad, like, well, beyond mad, and just go full murder Prime on the humans. But when he confronted Joshua and KSI, he didn't really lose his cool. He was like, he just trashed their stuff, didn't kill anyone and left. While the other Autobots were pretty trigger happy. Bumblebee, Crossers, Drift, time, all of them were like ready to just kill and let the humans go extinct. If just those Autobots, and Bumblebee and Optimus Prime included, who probably had the most positive interactions with humans, are willing to, stoop this low, be like, I'm not humans, I don't care, let them die. Then who's not to say that other Autobots that probably never had those kind of interactions with the humans will also stoop to that level, if not worse. Henceforth, giving birth to monsters like Berserker who go around doing what Berserkers do. What did Berserkers do, you asked? Well, according to Britannica.com, the Berserkers were in the habit of and murdering at will in their host communities, thus going berserk, and in the Norse sagas they were often portrayed as villains. So yeah, he doesn't do very nice things to humans. Just to put that in perspective, Nitro Zeus, Onslaught, and Mohawk, and Dreadbot killed humans, the regular killing of humans was one thing. But Berserker apparently did so much worse to the point that they had to say, no, this guy's not allowed to go no matter what. He did worse than just kill humans, okay? And listen, if that's not enough to convince you, just look at his TRF file. Possibly the most homicidal of all Transformers. This Decepticon was imprisoned after leaving countless bodies in his wake with their flesh sucked dry. Antisocial, possibly as a result of him, him being backstabbed by the humans and just going on a rampage, which probably disgusts his fellow Autobots so much that they also decided to ditch on him, henceforth leaving him alone and letting his mind deteriorate. Impulsive, lacking in empathy and conscience, in short, and complete sociopath. Not to be trusted under any circumstances, do not transport without proper restraint procedures. Very antisocial, angry, and impulsive. Impulsive probably as a result from the humans turning on the Autobots and ambushing them all of a sudden, which will make him a bit jumpy, lacking in empathy and conscience. Well, remember that this is being read from the perspective of humans. In their eyes, Transformers are nothing but monsters that, deserve to die or be imprisoned and locked up forever for study. From their perspective, he's lacking on conscience and empathy. But however, that could only be lacking on those two traits for humans. Because remember, he's sucking humans dry, not Autobots, not Decepticons. He's specifically targeting humans. The humans clearly did something to him. And granted, the Decepticons as a whole don't like the humans, but Berserker takes it to a whole new level. Something that the likes of Onslaught, Nitro Zeus, Mohawk, and Dreadbot, with all the terrible things they done, the humans still let them walk. So because of this psychological profile, I have to say that Berserker suffers from at least very traumatic experiences with the humans of some kind, but he does have a particular hatred for humanity. Whether this could be because he used to be an Autobot and then joined the Decepticons as a way to get back at them, or maybe he was always a Decepticon who just despises the humans. That's still a little unclear. But hey, that's just a theory, a trans theory. Thanks for watching. But yeah guys, that's actually it to this theory. I'm sorry I can't come to a definitive answer of yes, 100% true, or yes, 100% false. Because from a storytelling standpoint, I love this. I think this is a great theory, a very tragic story for an otherwise character who disappeared as soon as he got introduced. It just goes to show how the human betrayal affected some of the Autobots besides the main cast that we get to see. But on the other hand, this theory kind of relies on concept art that already falls on their sketchy canonical ground. And also you need to do some mental juggling to get this backstory. Like, yeah, Autobot switches appearances, went from looking full Autobot to looking full Dread. Yeah, there's some holes in this theory, but there are some good aspects of it which I really do like. If you had to rate this theory, it will be a 6 to a 7 out of 10. I like it a lot. I kinda wish I really wish it's true, because this will, again, it gives Berserker so much character and makes him so much more interesting. But until we get an official answer from the production, Michael Bay, Hasbro, and others, this will remain just that. A theory. A trans theory, you might say. But yeah guys, what do you all think? Was Berserker an Autobot? Are the fans reaching too far? Do you think this is just like a silly theory that people made up? Personally, I really like this theory. It's like the Astro Train theory, You need to do some mental juggling every here and there to make this theory work, but it does make for a very interesting story, and it makes Berserker a much more interesting and in-depth character than we ever had. at least for the Michael Bay movie. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to join our Discord server, I'm pretty active there. And if there's another video or theory you want me to do or cover, let me know and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Anyways, that's it for now. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Anyways, guys, before we go, shout out to our amazing Patreons: Xavier.God, Stitch Productions, Scrub Lordo, Allspark Studio, Epic Nin, Lord Racer, Transformers Gears and Brawn, that's quite a long name, Optination Reviews, Joshua, and even bigger shout out to our even bigger Patreons, Jordan the Great and XNori23, who donate a amount of money. By donating to my Patreon, you get quite a few rewards. You get a shout out to you and your YouTube channels in the description down below. You get to collab with me in some of my videos if you so choose to. You can request some artwork from me, request your own videos, get exclusive early access to some of my videos and some other projects that I have in the background which I haven't shown yet. And I'm constantly updating the Patreon with brand new rewards and other stuff that I plan to do in the future. But keep in mind that this is entirely optional, because freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Thank you guys so much for donating, it's so much appreciated, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys!